Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about tips on how to start and run a YouTube channel. Now let me start by saying that these aren't the only ways that you can run a YouTube channel. We're just getting started with our YouTube channel, so it's just the things I've learned over the last year, and hopefully you can find this helpful. There's plenty of suggestions out there by YouTube content creators. These are the ones that I found are probably the best for us. Okay, so one of the YouTubers that is really successful, Casey Neistat, he's a wonderful filmmaker and storyteller, and he will always tell you content is king. All the tools and everything, all the equipment are tools, or just a way of delivering it, and it helps, but make sure the most important is storyteller. Now, if you're like me, YouTube is a great source of information. If you love YouTube, chances are you're also going to love contributing on YouTube. If you don't really watch YouTube, then you're probably going to be drawn to some other source. It could be Reddit, it could be Wikipedia, it could be Quora, it could be any one of those. But if you love YouTube, chances are you're going to want to make YouTube videos. So what I do is I learn and learn and learn on a topic that I am interested in, and then I will turn around and process it to teach people in a way that's valuable for them. And by doing this, then you start to grow an audience. And if you grow an audience, a community, they will provide you with feedback, with comments. Some are going to be negative and down, but a lot of them are going to be positive, and they're going to keep you growing on your channel. And then lastly, another component is the metrics. It's important to look at all of them, but don't get hung up on those. Really, the reason you're there is to create video content. Metrics will just help you find out ways people are engaging. So some of the important ones, subscribers are obviously your audience, and those people that are watching you and will get notified when you make new content, and that's a way to keep them going. But YouTube, they rank you in terms of watch time. So if you make a 2-minute video, a 5-minute video, some will say the sweet spot is 7 minutes, and if you can make a video where people watch the entire 7 minutes, you're doing really well. YouTube wants you to make as long as possible to keep people watching for the longest amount of time to keep you on the platform. I would suggest whatever you can do to make the information as engaging as possible, whether it's different camera angles or video effects or music or comedy, whatever you can add in there will keep people watching longer. And switch up and change gears especially if you're teaching and doing informational, that can get pretty dry. If you go over to YouTube channel and then go over to analytics, then you're going to find a lot of different tools here. I like audience retention. This is basically shows you how people are staying engaged on your videos. And then you can pick a specific video, like this one here has a long watch time, or lots of watch time for me. And you could see it, most YouTube videos will drop off the first 5 seconds. But if you can keep them here above 50%, well, if you can keep them the entire time, that's what you want, or you will lose people watching. So, let's do another one here. So here's another example. And generally you'll have, if you do something really good in your video, you'll see it goes up, and so you kind of want to keep that as high as possible. Talk about your equipment. Here's a picture of my studio. It's basically in the garage, and I have a green screen back here, and with Final Cut Pro you can do what's called a keyer, a chrome key, and that will let you make any background you want. So you can change that up. You can make it so you can turn your garage into a fancy studio. And then I have a couple lights that take away all the shadows, and you can adjust that any way you want. Now I want to show you my video gear. It's pretty simple, but here's some of the stuff that I love using. So this one here is the Osmo 2 gimbal, and I love my gimbal. So I love that. And then the tripod, you can buy one that comes with it. And then I have another tripod that came with my 360 camera. So this is the Insta360 One, and this is great for I use it for our meetings, but it's a great action camera. So I have those cameras, and then mostly my work is done here on my phone, which is just a regular Android Samsung S8 plus. Okay, and then here is another tripod. What I'm planning to do is get another phone and use it as a B-roll. And then here is my microphone setup. It's a wireless mic. It's a Kimafun. It's okay, but I'm actually going to buy a wired lavalier mic instead of a wireless because this one does get interference. It's great for long distances if you're over 10 feet, but for short distance, I just recommend getting a wired lavalier. All right. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Let me know if some of the video equipment that you might use. This is pretty basic stuff, nothing too advanced, but it does definitely get the job done. So long. See you next time.